and she get up and go get him out of jail? And you gonna tell me, oh, you sound bitter still?
Well, it's really, I'm not gonna tell you that. I'll give you a little bit of information. She was in Peru, and I was in Denver on my way to here. And it was like it was very romantic. Skype.
Jay-Z's former friend and business partner, DeHaven, has been revealing secrets about Jay-Z and J.Lo. He claims one of them is paying off people to cover up connections with Diddy, while the other has already left the country. The big shocker, though, is that DeHaven says Jay-Z has been working as an FBI informant for years, and someone from his team just blew the whistle. Things are about to get crazy. Get ready for the drama.
Has a relationship with them. You talking about a woman that had a relationship with the feds for 20-something years, right? When you working for them, you got an agent, your agent that's in charge of you. You think she don't have no relationships with over the years with all these agents that became retired and connected and this and that and the third till they just know shit? She got power. That's power over there. You know what I'm saying? Who you wanting one on your side? You got them on your side? You know what I'm saying? If something happened with him, it's going to be about a money situation. It ain't going to be nothing that's going.
In the middle of all this drama, a cop has revealed something big. He says he was part of a secret task force investigating illegal activities in the hip-hop world. It turns out the feds have been secretly watching our favorite celebrities, and neither Jay-Z nor J.Lo had any idea. DeHaven's revelations might be just the beginning, and this undercover operation could mean things are about to get even more intense.
Morning to you. Thanks for coming on Opening Statements.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. Let's take a trip back to the 90s together, please. Back in the 90s, set the scene for us. I understand that you were tapped to start up the NYPD's Rap Intelligence Unit.
Yes, I was given that task to create this unit to deal with the violence in the hip-hop community and to provide a better understanding of what went on for the police commissioner and the chief of department.
Remember the famous 90s club shooting involving J.Lo and Diddy? Now, new reports suggest that J.Lo might have been involved in hiding a gun during that incident, according to law enforcement sources. With so many cases piling up against Diddy, there's talk that the government could take action on its own, which means J.Lo might soon be questioned. And when the feds get involved like that, it usually means they already have a strong case.
90s, and one of the bigger events that I had was the shooting at Club New York involving himself with J.Lo and Shine. I was tasked to go there, and I got a phone call in the middle of the night to get up and go to the city because this happened. And when I went to the precinct that night, it was very chaotic because all the lawyers were outside and they were all applauding me, saying somebody with brains has finally showed up. We want to see our client. It was really, really a chaotic scene. So basically what happened was that there was a shooting inside the club where Diddy, I call him Puff back then, was in the car with J.Lo and Wolf, his bodyguard. They took off and left, and Shine, who was with them, apparently came out with a gun in his hand, and the police arrested him on the spot. And then what happened was that while they were in the precinct, they brought J.Lo and Diddy back with Wolf to the Midtown North precinct, and when they brought them back, I spoke with them very briefly, and then we transported them back to Midtown South. That was where the precinct of occurrence was. And then the DA came in, and then he handled the case from there, and then they did the interviews, and then we went from there and handled that case.
Did you agree with how that case wound up proceeding against Shine?
Well, I have to say that, Shine was caught with a gun that night, so it happened with him. I can't say he's totally innocent, but, it went the way it went. I mean, it was very difficult because there were conflicting statements from witnesses that said what Diddy did. One person said he had a gun. Some people said he didn't have a gun. It was just a lot of things going on back then. The DA had a very tough time to prosecute that case.
I was going to ask you about that, Detective. Weren't there two guns, according to some accounts, that Shine had one and Diddy had the other?
Well, the other gun you're talking about was probably found in the car that they were traveling in. That was the second gun that was had been found that night. So the police had recovered 2 guns. You're correct on that.
Gotcha. And so Detective Derek, so that was the first time you crossed paths, and then along the way, I understand you had more and more interaction with him, more arrests, so many so that you started getting the nickname Diddy's Detective. Tell us kind of how that happened, please.
Well, what happened was that, I've been following Diddy for a while. I mean, the East Coast, West Coast war was in the early 90s when that happened, out there with Bad Boy Records and then Death Row Records with Suge Knight. So, I mean, I traveled to Los Angeles and to Las Vegas back then, but I followed Diddy. I followed his career, and every time he got into trouble, I would get called by the chief or the chief of detectives, or the PC. The police commissioner would call me as well when he wanted information about what went on with this individual. So he had the Steve Stout assault at MTV with the MTV thing, so I had dealt with that. But it was a lot of things that people started nicknaming me Diddy's Cop, because every time he got into trouble, I was there. I had to be there to give the brass and the department an update on what was going on with him and why these things.
If we look back at the original reports of that shootout, there are some suspicious details. The oddest part is that J.Lo refused to cooperate with investigators and even pointed the finger at rapper Shine, basically letting Diddy off the hook. Shine ended up serving a full 10-year sentence and was deported, all for a crime he apparently didn't commit.
He now appears to be focusing on the gun possession and bribery charges against Sean Puffy Combs. This afternoon, jurors sent the judge 2 notes, one of which asked for a transcript of a phone message Combs left Wardell Fenderson, once his driver, now the prosecution's star witness. During the trial, Fenderson testified that Combs was armed the night of the shooting at Club New York, and later pressured him to claim ownership of a pistol police found when they pulled over Combs' Lincoln Navigator as it fled the shooting.
And I just want to make you feel like comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Make your family feel comfortable.
What exactly Combs meant by that is in dispute, but the prosecution claims the rapper offered Fenderson $50,000 or a diamond ring to take the rap for the gun. The jurors also wanted to hear a readback of testimony relating to Combs' former girlfriend, actress-singer Jennifer Lopez, who was in the Navigator when it was stopped by police. An officer testified that everyone in the SUV was ordered to put their hands on the vehicle, but Lopez walked away, saying she was going home. As she was being detained, a gun was discovered in the vehicle. At that point, a sergeant on the scene ordered everyone who was in the vehicle under arrest. The officer quotes Lopez as saying, "It's not my gun."
They are floating issues that are...
Suge Knight, Diddy's longtime rival, has come forward with serious claims, saying that J.Lo played a key role in covering up the shootout. He alleges that she helped Diddy avoid charges by shifting the blame onto Shine, who was just caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's not all. Suge also suggests that Ben Affleck might have had access to FBI tapes, which could mean this whole thing goes even deeper.
And they get all these videos of J.Lo doing this and J.Lo doing that. And they know the fact that J.Lo lied and said that the gun was Shine's or whatever, and sent that man to prison and destroyed his life, and she knew it was tough. I'm quite sure they probably called the FBI gave respect. The courtesy call of Ben Affleck. It's a white man who got respect in the white world. I'm quite sure they said, "We want to show you some things. It's about your wife." When he see this shit that her and Puffy was doing and who they were doing it with, I'm quite sure they gave his ass those tapes. And I'm quite sure he can never look at her the same. I'm quite sure they heading for a divorce. Because, that's a man who had a good life. Great parents, don't spend a lot of money, ain't tripping out paparazzi. He's living his life. He got his own team. She done brought all the extra that motherfucker. He want out. He stayed married to J.Lo, he'd be broke. Instead of just doing movies, he'd be doing Yum Yum Donuts commercials. Next thing he'd be doing is Jack in the Box commercials.
I've seen the J.Lo sex tape.
You have?
Yeah.
Is it for real? Wait a second. You've seen the J.Lo tape?
Really? Who's on it with her? Who's having with her? P. Diddy?
No, she got, some women, some guys,
Really?
And that's for real.
It's, put it to you like this. Pamela Lee is PG.
Really?
J.Lo.
Are you in this video? Did you star in this video?
No, I was at a penitentiary.
But how did you get it?
Well, certain things you just don't talk about.
About 3 months ago, I did a video regarding J.Lo tape, Suge Knight, and the Diddy tapes. Well, guess what? As of recent, Suge Knight has decided to do an interview regarding this tape. If you want to watch that old video that I did about 3 months ago, talking about this tape, how it's real, how there was a lawsuit that was quietly settled, squashed, taken away from the media back in like 1998, 1999, make sure you check that description box because that's where you're going to find that short video. Over the weekend, I was made aware of some news, and Vibe just let us know about the news as well. Suge Knight believes FBI gave Ben Affleck compromising Jennifer Lopez footage from Diddy's raids. Now, let me just say this. When I first read this, I'm like, would the FBI really give information to somebody that's not party to a case? Like, what does that look like? But then again, you have to kind of wonder too, this 2016 Cassie Ventura tape that was leaked by CNN and all this stuff was going down. You do have to kind of wonder, like, how did all of this happen? How did this come about? We have to figure this out, right? Suge Knight believes this is the reason the couple is rumored to be heading towards divorce. The entertainment world celebrated Ben Affleck and J.Lo reuniting and getting married a few years ago. I didn't celebrate. Like, I saw the train wreck from a mile away. I wasn't like grabbing my go girl, celebrate. Like, I wasn't doing that. So who did that? Who said they were doing that? Let me know, because I wasn't doing it. Suge Knight believes that their rumored to be impending divorce is a result of the FBI giving the Daredevil actor footage of the Jenny from the Block singer engaging in illicit activity that they recovered from raiding Diddy's homes a few months ago. Now, there has been a huge denial of such tape. There's some people that say it, some people that don't. Shout out to Reggie White. He's been very open in saying there is a tape out there.
Death Row started to announce that they were going to put out a Jennifer Lopez adult tape. Can you tell me about how you guys obtained it, what it was, and why it never came out?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a story. So there's definitely a tape out there. Definitely.
Suge Knight was supposed to release it. There's a cover of it. Like, she wasn't playing whatsoever when it came to these rumors, to this alleged tape. She got her attorneys right away. All of this is why I have stayed on J.Lo's head over this situation, because I personally feel like she has gotten away with a lot of and she has not been forward or honest. And we got to be here calling out her. And it's so interesting because she posted on her website, somebody sent me this, y'all, because she's definitely feeling the burn from people calling her out. She posted on her website, "Thank you. Hi, everybody. I just found out some great news, and it's all because of you. Atlas's World is #1 worldwide again this week. Thank you all so much. It may seem like there's a lot of negativity out in the world right now, but don't let the voices of a few drown out that there is so much love out there. Thank you. I love you so much, Jennifer." I think that the voices that are speaking out are the voices of people that are tired of the BS.
You're referencing a mix of rumors and conspiracy theories involving Jennifer Lopez, Diddy, and Suge Knight, with claims about a potential sex tape and FBI involvement. Here's a simplified version of what you're saying. A few months ago, a video was shared talking about the rumored J.Lo sex tape, Suge Knight's role in it, and the alleged FBI connection. Suge Knight recently spoke up, saying that the FBI gave Ben Affleck compromising footage of Jennifer Lopez that was supposedly taken during raids on Diddy's properties. This is fueling rumors about an impending divorce between Ben and J.Lo, with some suggesting the tape might be a key factor. Knight claims there's a real tape involving J.Lo, and he says it was meant to be released, but her lawyers shut it down back in the day. Some people, like Reggie White, are saying this tape really exists, and it was never released because of legal pressure. According to Knight, J.Lo has gotten away with a lot over the years and hasn't been completely honest about her past. In the midst of all this, J.Lo posted a message on her website thanking her fans for her success, but some are saying that she's just trying to deflect attention from the negative press surrounding her, adding to the drama. A former dancer from Diddy's infamous parties has come forward, saying J.Lo was involved in those wild gatherings and sometimes got so drunk that it aligns with details from a recent lawsuit. This is raising even more questions about the circles J.Lo and Diddy were moving in back then. It's a tangled mess of rumors, but it definitely seems like there's a lot of people trying to expose secrets from the past.
NDAs that said you can't talk about what we went through until 20 years after I died, but I never signed that. Aubrey O'Day and Danity Kane and them, they got hit with that. I was already out the game. I was done from 2004 to 2009. By the time he was running around with them, I was already, on the way out.
So if I understand correctly, so basically he had you setting up people, man. Some of his high profile people, he had you go over there so he can get video of certain...
No, he wouldn't say go over there so I can get video. He would hire me to work as a go-go dancer. They had 3 stages, positioned throughout his mansion. It was where he lived. It was his residence. It wasn't a club. It wasn't a lounge. And so we just makeshift stages, 3 stages set up in his house, like for us to be checkpoints. Like my stage was over by the bar. Tamiko's stage was over by the food. Old girl's checkpoint was over there by the rooms if you wanted to go do something. So it's like, I think he kind of told the guests, hey, if you want to drink, look for, just look for a stage and you're going to find something you need. You know what I mean? So we were elevated above the crowd. And so, we were instructed to only drink from certain liquor bottles. It's the girls' champagne, it's the guys' champagne. Girls don't drink the guys' champagne, girls don't drink the boys' champagne. And all the champagne was laced with ketamine, like horse tranquilizer, ecstasy. That's not allegedly. We were all doped up. And to this day, I believe we all, and I know I do, have a chemical imbalance. Like whenever I drink anything, it could be 1 glass of wine, all of a sudden I'm a stripper, I'm a P-star, like on my mind, I just black out and I'm that. I'm She Diddy. Oh, wow. Orlando Brown running around like I'm Puff. He not really act like it to everybody else. Everybody looking like he want attention, like he wilding, like. But it's something about when he drugged you that he stood over you, like infusing himself into you while you laid there unconscious, and it's like it became a part of you, because after a certain amount, they started calling me She Diddy. They're like, man, she act like Diddy. She just like Diddy, and hence I've been She Diddy for the last 20 years. So I feel Orlando when he be like, man, I'm Puff. It's nice to meet you, I'm Puff. Because when we get faded, like, it's like he come out in us, like, and that's forever. That's why it's haunting us to this day.
How do you think he was able to, but besides all the things you guys were laced with, you think he put maybe his DNA or something kind of strange into that concoction?
Yeah, the reason why he liked to take, we have a chakra in our anus, guys and girls. And your chakra is a pathway to your soul. So because he's working for Lucifer, his goal is to take souls to hell. So that's why straight men, he wanted to turn them gay. Even if a gay man was gay, he wanted to make him be a pedophile and be with a minor. His thing was to take the soul. So that's why after a certain amount of time, he would make an announcement like, you better go on home because, the party really about to crack now. And all of a sudden, everybody's demon would come out. And that's on God. Like, have you ever gotten, like, so faded or drunk where your body is doing stuff, but in the morning you have literally no recollection? Like, if it ain't from your homeboy showing you it, like, man, I recorded you. If it wasn't for him showing you, you would swear up and down you didn't do that. But then when he show you the video, you're like, what the? I jumped in the pool. I don't even know how to swim, my nigga. What? Like, I don't even remember that. Like, what? It was like that.
That's that blackout drinking.
Right, but he had imagine everybody blacked out though. It doesn't matter if you a celebrity or, that's why J.Lo left the country. He had her sticking bottles and stuff up in my homegirl. She was only 11 years old. She the girl that they put on the private jet. They her with the jelly beans. They put on the private jet. They took her to the studio in New York and then had the nerve to dress her up in a D&G sweater, do her hair, put makeup on her, and take a picture like a trophy. She only 11 years old in that picture, and that's not allegedly. And then the same girl,
J.Lo was messing around with.
Man, so many. I drop names on the neck, man. We talking about Diddy right now. But it's, yeah. And then that's the same girl that in the magazine is laying on the table butt naked with fruit and food and stuff off of her, and we all eating off of her. I sucked the strawberry off her teeth. She 14 years old laying on that table. She had a body like a grown woman. You don't think anybody's looking at that thinking that's a kid laying there. You're assuming it's a grown woman. So he made everybody be with a minor, you know, against your will, and he recording the shit. Same girl needed to do a number 2 on stage. She performing. She told him, I need to go off stage. I need you to battle. He told her no. She ended up shit on stage. It was a went everywhere. And Denzel Washington grabbed up his wife, mobbed up the Diddy, and was like, man, you don't respect nobody. Had to run up out there. That's the incident they're talking about with Denzel Washington had to run up out of there.
So that's why Denzel and his wife left that party, because of that
Because
incident.
she shit on stage, and she was only 14 years. He didn't know she was 14. It was just the fact that she shit on stage and in front of everybody. And then Diddy took her to a room and beat her ass because she shit on stage. Then he would only give her water baths and not let her wash with soap. I'm gonna say allegedly because she's still Jane Doe right now. I'm gonna say allegedly. You know what I mean? It's allegedly. But she wants a DNA on 2 of his kids because they took 2 babies out of her. They kept her locked up and they had her babies at the house. The 2 babies they took out of her.
Jaguar Wright is on a tear, spilling some serious tea about Jay-Z and Beyoncé in her recent interviews. She admits to taking money from Jay-Z and signing an NDA, which means she's holding back a lot of details. According to her, there are things she can't reveal, especially about alleged relationships Jay-Z has had with underage individuals over the years. Her claims are only adding more fuel to the growing speculation and drama surrounding the couple.
Relationships with many underage girls, and they can consistently keep trying to pass that off. I was 14 and a half, going on 15 when he started sleeping with her. And I'm not saying allegedly, Sean. And you're lucky I signed the NDAs that I did. Otherwise, I would tell them about all the things that I did with you when I was underage. But I signed the paper and I took the money.
Now, just so we're clear on this, also, Jay-Z and Beyonce's attorney has said that your allegations are demonstrably false. Pierce should have known better. I don't know better. I need to ask these questions, Jaguar. That's why I think it's frustrating we're not allowed to ask them and make it clear. Look, these are your opinions.
The only things I can say about anything that Alex Spiro said regarding me is proven.
Do you think Jennifer Lopez and Jay-Z can handle all the drama that's coming their way? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any updates. Until next time, keep it real, fam.